What's up, guys? Iceman here. So it's been kind of a common question that I've been asked. Iceman, is Diablo 2 Resurrected worth it? Should I pay... What's this go for? $39.99? $59.99? Probably $59. I don't even know. Should I pay the price to play this game? It's complicated, man. It's tough. Now, something that you toads need to factor in. I know a lot of you guys probably do. But obviously I make videos, right? And primarily Diablo videos. A lot of my stuff is Blizzard based. Because the thing is, I think that Blizzard has done at least two great things, okay? I know some of you guys say that StarCraft is awesome. I haven't really played StarCraft. They supplied us with Diablo 2. They supplied us with Diablo 1. So I suppose three things. And they supplied us with World of Warcraft. And I like Classic. I like Classic a lot. In fact, I intend to play Wrath of the Lich King. So give me a hell yeah in the comments below if you guys want to see me play some of that. Not to say I'm going to make a lot of videos on it. I'll probably live stream it. See how live stream goes. But of course, ongoing, this channel has always been kind of centered around Diablo. And I was playing Diablo 1 as well. And that's a damn good time. Modded version. If you guys want to watch some of my past live streams and to support me, you can become a channel member. Hit that join button or the first link in the description. I appreciate you guys for your support, along with my patrons. Blessings to you. And may the Creator crush your enemies. So, part of the inclination as to why I have been playing this game a lot, it's important to note, it's partly to do with the fact that this mod, or this version of Diablo 2, my bad, is kind of the focal point right now when it comes to Diablo games. As far as I see it. I mean, there's Diablo 3, of course, but that's been out for a long time. And I'm not really sure what the following is like on that game. Do you guys have any idea? Which of the two games do you guys think gets more views? Is it Diablo 3 or Diablo 2 Resurrected? Let me know. But, you know, it's up to date. All right? So, in terms of its graphics for the most part. So, there is that. Where I'm inclined to make videos on this because I like Diablo games. And this is probably kind of the hot thing right now when it comes to Diablo. However, it wasn't that difficult of a decision to make because I really do enjoy Diablo 2 anyway, obviously. So it wasn't that hard of a decision to make. No. That's important to factor in. All right. If you're like not making videos and you're just straight up wondering, is it better to play D2R or should I buy D2R? Or should I just stick with classic D2 and things like Project Diablo 2 or Path of Diablo for that matter? It's something you have to factor in when balancing this all out. It's part of the reason I play this is because it gets a lot of attention. But there are some good things that they've done. Alright? And one of them is actually quite visual. You can take note of it right now. I mean, look at the weapons. This is something that I always wanted ever since I was Little Duck. I always wanted my items in Diablo to look on my character as they do in the inventory, alright? More specifically the weapons, but everything else, but I just assumed it must just have been too much, you know, too much data, too much time to invest to make it all look like it does in your inventory on your character. But that's what they did with this. And it seems like they did a pretty damn good job. Like, look at this. This is a very unusual looking cap. There's this and there's Biggin's bonnet. Is that what it is? it has a very similar visual. Yeah, man. And look at this. I mean, it's odd how it's blue and on the character it's red. So there's that strange choice made there. But nonetheless, it's the same pattern. And it even has little things hanging down. Little things. See, little feathers or something. Whereas it just looked like a damn cap in the old game. Another thing, and the armors look different, you know? But look at the axe. There's kind of like a generic look for the axe that you would get in old D2. But now, and this is what I always wanted. I was like, the war axe looks awesome. Why can't we have that as a visual in-game? Why does it have to look kind of like this looks kind of like the unique hand axe, the Gnasher. Is that what that is? It kind of looks like that. But look at this. Now they look like they do in your inventory, see? That's a pretty big deal, I think. A very welcomed change. Yeah, so there's that. Like I said, that's something that I always kind of wanted. I was playing Diablo back in the day. Another thing that shouldn't be underlooked is the stash. Alright, here's another example. Look at this. Look at these weapons. Yeah, because even the unique ones that look weird, they'll look like that, see? And then there's the winged axe. Yeah, it looks just like a freaking... looks just like a winged axe. Ew, yeah. Armors still kind of have a weird look, but that's fine. But yeah, weapons, I mean, they look like they do in the inventory. It's a very nice addition. Poleaxe and all that. Look at that. Looks epic. Reaper's Toll, or Scythe rather. Just all this stuff, man. Hell yeah. So there's that. Another thing is the stash, the shared stash option. A very welcomed addition to Diablo 2. Of course, kind of a minor complaint is that if they were going to go all out like this, maybe they should have taken it a step further and just make it bigger. But I mean, it's by far a step in the right direction. And the only reason I'd criticize it is because a lot of us have been spoiled with mods like Project Diablo 2 where the stash is massive. Or Pluggy, where you have just tons of tabs and it's just a massive stash. I mean, I think if they double this up, if they give us double the capacity here, I think that'd be quite acceptable. You know, I'd be quite pleased with that. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. Do you think there needs to be more stash tabs? Look at the details in the environment. It's just kind of another thing. See, it's just kind of bland when you revert it back. So they just added a lot of subtle things. Alright. Oop, don't want to go there. Don't want to go there. Yeah, just look at this. Look at how bland this is. They just added a lot of visual appeal. Alright. And yeah, there's things to critique. Like, the characters, I mean... A lot of the character models, even the NPCs and all that. Like, these are different people, you know? Keyword people. So they're just... I think, you know, I wanted them to give us the originals and just make them more, like, higher resolution and all that. That's kind of what I wanted. I think that's what a lot of us were expecting, but with some of the character models, obviously, they changed them, man. No pun intended, but they changed them, man. Big time. So that's something I don't care for. But other than that, like I said, the subtle details and the environments, just everywhere. The grass. And perhaps a very notable thing as well is the frame rate. Let me see how smooth that is. Whereas this old one, isn't that like 24 frames per second or something like that? It can be quite jarring going from Resurrected to this. You get used to it, but it's very noticeable. So that's a very appealing thing. So I just hope that you guys who are kind of on the fence when it comes to buying D2R, you know, hope you're taking note of these things, because there's some pretty big changes, I think. But what do you guys think about that so far? I mean, another thing that they did, they did some skill revisions. Like, the droid can have his pack of homies, or summons rather, wolves, both types of wolves, a grizzly bear out at the same time. Really strange how that wasn't always the case, but they let things like that come to pass, where you can now have kind of a summon droid. You know, they've buffed some skills. They buffed multi-shot a little bit, giving it a synergy from strafe. They made Fist of the Heavens do both damage to demons and undead. So now Fist of the Heavens is actually a viable build. And I always thought Fist of Heavens looked cool, but that was pretty much it. But now you can actually have a Fist of the Heavens paladin. Alright, so I think that's a pretty big deal. Just some of the changes. So far, I've been quite welcome of the changes when it comes to skills. But let me know in the comments, for those of you who are familiar, are you quite pleased with the skill changes in Diablo 2 Resurrected? Let me know in the comments. So, I mean, that's kind of it, man. Outside of the matter that we can kind of perhaps hope that Blizzard is going to continue to update this. Obviously, they're having the first ladder starting soon. I think it's this coming Friday, to my understanding. So they're kind of taking Diablo 2 seriously again in that regard, where they're making revisions. It's been a long time since they've done that, but now they're doing it with Resurrected, so there's that. Alternatives, of course, as mentioned, something like Project Diablo 2. Many fans, from what I've gathered, they welcome the changes. Like, they're pleased with what has been done with Project Diablo 2. But of course, some of them say that they miss Classic. You know, like things like teleport. You're not teleporting as fast as you were in the past. They're on lightning frames now, I think, with the Sorceress. And a lot of items have been balanced out, so there's not entirely those overpowered items that just everyone demands. There's more itemization in a mod like PD2. For the most part, it seems like those are welcome changes, but some would argue that it's fun to go back to Classic. And if you wanted to go back to Classic, D2R is pretty close to Classic, with a few perks, like the shared stash, for example, and of course the updated graphics. But modded versions of Diablo can be a great way to go as well. But I mean, let me know what you guys think. Do you think in general it was worth it buying Diablo 2 Resurrected, for those of you who have? And would you recommend it to those who haven't? Let me know in the comments below. More videos on D2R and PD2 coming up. Season 5, I think, is starting in a month or two with Project Diablo. I'm not sure when it's starting. It's starting in a couple months. So I'm looking forward to that. I know a lot of you guys are as well. Become a channel member or a patron if you want to support me. Peace be with you.